Hi guys, welcome to the Advent Calendar. Today I'm making tiny boxes very pretty in all sorts of ways. So I'm starting with these paper-mache boxes that I got at a local craft store a couple of years back, but they're still in sale, so you can find something similar somewhere. And I'm base coating them with acrylics. I'm having lavender here for this first oval box, and you see that I'm only going for the parts that you can see once the boxes are put together. I'm not going for the inner parts because I don't want I still want the boxes to open and close easily. And I'm coloring the base, like the bottom part. Also, I'm coloring the lid, going all around, and then I'm just letting it sit on my desk for a while and drying things off. And I'm not going all the way for the traditional Christmas colors because maybe you want something wintry to give to somebody. Maybe you're not celebrating Christmas, but some other festival, so you can you can redesign or repurpose these things and make it nice. And I just realized I told you the wrong color because this is lavender. The other one was Bavarian blue. I'm sorry. On camera now here, while I watch it, it looked lavender at first, but in comparison, of course, it's Bavarian blue. So more of an icy blue color. This round box here is lavender, and I'm going in with the same technique, only coloring the parts that you will see once the box is closed. And I am coloring the whole lid and the bottom. Just base coating it. Very simple, very basic stuff. Then I am going in with 2 shades of green for the heart. I'm having a lighter green, it's kind of like a grass green, and that will be the base coat for my color. Since this is another brand, this is way less runny. It's more like the thicker acrylics, which is not too bad here. Takes a bit less time to get the first coat dried before I can apply the second one without everything running together instead of having a shaded look. And those colors I had for tens and tens of years, so although they're school quality colors, they are still not dried out, and I can use them up on these tiny kinds of projects, which I like a lot. So you see, I didn't go around the lid. I just colored the base and like the upper part. And again, I'm so sorry, I'm out of frame. I'm going over here and there with the darker green, which is like a sap green or a pine green. And I'm shading parts of the lid and also the bottom, and then since this is a bit wet, yet it blends in nicely, but it doesn't run into each other. And then I'm going all around the lid as well with only the dark green. Also, I'm putting that away, letting it sit on my table for a bit to have it dried. And this box here, also a round one, I'm just coloring with my Colorbox chalk ink pads, stamp pads, and they dry super fast. So if you're in a hurry and you can't wait to have acrylics dried and you don't have a blower dryer or a heat gun at hand, just go with inks, chalk inks, and that's a fairly quick process. So I'm having this paper here. You usually put that underneath cake when you have a birthday or another party or something, but I'm just cutting out one of those parts, and I'm using a box that I did not paint yet, kind of like as a measurement here. So I'm so sorry, I'm so off frame for this video today. Should have checked during the painting process. So you see, I just on the upper part, you see that on the upper part of the screen, you see that piece of that paper, and I sprayed it with color spray in silver. So for this box here, and this is the one that I did with the olivey chalk color, I just had a piece of cardstock from a set, but you could take any piece of ribbon or cardstock to put it around. It just had a nice pattern, and I thought it would look lovely. And I'm having this from the same set. I had a star, and this, it looks like those typical British Christmassy colors, and I'm just putting it over the gap because the strip didn't go all around the box. I'm just letting it dry. I used super glue, by the way, so it holds neat and tight. This is another box that I colored with the same olivey green chalk stamp, and I just had one of those cardboard stencils there. It already had a 3D foam adhesive attached to the back side, so I just put it on top. And with this one, it's more of a brownish terracotta color that I also made with the same chalkboard stamps. I'm just putting an apple on there. I had that decorational piece laying around, so you can use anything that you have, a star maybe, or a moon, an apple, or a Christmas tree, anything that you have that has, well, that is not flat, but has like a 3D look, you can put on top. And I'm using this part of red ribbon, and it almost looks like shoelace, which I like a lot. It has a nice pattern. I'm just gluing it around the box. Again, I'm using super glue, so it dries and stays put within 2 seconds, which is super fast and helps a lot when you're crafting. And it stays there forever, literally. So this is very simple. I'm just putting it away on the desk and letting it dry. And for the green one, I will use some stamping, and I'm going to use, oh no, first I'm going for the blue ones, haha, I just saw. But I'm doing some stamping there as well, and I'm using snowflakes and ice crystals and all shapes and forms that I have with my stamp set. Again, all of my materials are linked below in the description box. They're also on my blog, together with some more high resolution photos of all of the boxes. So hop on over, check it out if you're looking for something specific that I used. And I'm using this very dark blue stamp pad here, and I'm just randomly stamping the snowflakes onto the bottom part of this box. I'm just giving it a nice pattern, and it's like tone in tone, and I like that a lot. I'm also going a bit around the edge here on the side parts of the box. And for the lid, I'm just stamping one of the biggest ice crystals, and pretty much in the center, so I'm not going to put anything around that. I'm toning down the side part of the lid a bit with the same stamp pad, I mean. And that's that for the purple one. For the blue part, I will use one of the pieces that I cut from that cake paper. And again, I made it silver with some silver spray and just did let it dry. And I'm using the same dark blue, almost purplish blue stamp pad to go around parts of the lid, just to having like a shadow or a darker shade underneath the lower part of that paper. And I'm gluing the paper down with super glue again. So it's very simple. You can use any kinds of paper that you have, any scraps, any parts, any pieces, anything pretty much, and just make it look at least wintry maybe even Christmassy, depending on what colors scheme you use. And with my tiny scissors, I'm just going to cut a bit of excess on the lower part. I'm gonna let it sit for a bit to have it dry, and I'm having white ribbon here, and mine is a bit too white, so I'm just folding it in half, having super glue in the middle parts there, just to hold it down. If you have a thinner ribbon, use that one. It makes things a lot easier, but I didn't have any, so I just folded the big white satin ribbon. And I'm going to put it all around the lid and have like a border there that stands out a bit. So I just applied the super glue on one of the parts of the folded ribbon as well. And I'm just holding it in place and use a bit more glue and put everything down. I'm so sorry again that not everything is in frame. I seem to have had a bad day with my video frames again. But I guess you can see what I'm going for. And if you have any questions, please just let me know. I will answer all of them, all of the parts that are off frame in this video. So for the green box, I'm going for holly berries, and I'm going to stamp them with very dark chalk stamp ink that you can see here from my color box, and I'm using the darkest green that I have. It's almost like a sap green, very, very dark and very pretty, and I think it works best with the other greens that I have there. So the bigger holly berry I'm putting on the upper right, and then there's also a smaller holly berry there on that same stamp set, and I'm just stamping it underneath. Once all of that is dry, and once I have my stuff here put away and cleaned out, I can move on with the next steps on the boxes, I should say. And I just decided while I put everything away that I did find the purple one with the snowflakes was a bit too empty on the lid. So I took one of the stamps from my stamp set, for my Christmas stamp set that had a Merry Christmas, and this is like with this curved stamp which fits perfectly with the tiny round boxes, and I just stamped it with the same blue that I used for the snowflake and stamped the Merry Christmas there. Also, I'm having this green box with a star and the strip that I made, and I'm using normal black ink here to stamp the same stamp, and it didn't work out the first time. Didn't have all of the letters being printed onto the box, so I just re-stamped it. It's a bit smooshy, but I will have some more detail on top so that you can read the letters in the end. So once I have everything dried and my table cleaned, it's time for the last step, which is some more details here and there with some glitter markers in different colors, depending on which box I'm going to color in. And I really like those glitter pens. They make it very easy for you to decorate something, and they dry pretty quickly. So for the green box, I just put on some red blobs over the holly berries to, well, make them red like they are in real life. And for this purple one here, I was actually thinking about coloring the snowflake with the glitter, but it was not really visible, so I just dotted a couple of glitter dots all around the lid. And for this ice blue one, I'm just going around the paper to have a bit more detail there, and I'm using a blue glitter pen for this particular one. And I wanted to have the center of that flower also glittery, but it didn't work out on top of the glitter spray with the pen, so I did use another one. This is more of a gel that has 3D quality, so I'm putting tiny circles on top of the upper part and a big blob in the middle of the flower. And once that's dry, it stays pretty much solid forever. On the apple, I'm just dotting around with a red circle here. So very simple, but I think that box doesn't need any more. The apple is the focal point and the glitter shouldn't take away, but only add to the whole design of a box. For the one here with those lovely flowers, and they look kind of British, really, I'm amazed. I use a silver glitter pen to have some faux stitch line all around the box, because they're on that 3D stamp or a sticker. There's also a tiny bit of glitter, which fits perfectly with the silver faux stitching with the glitter pen. And the last one here, I'm going over the Merry Christmas with the silver glitter pen, which makes the words actually readable. So these are the boxes for today. I hope you got inspired. Go create your own little boxes for your tiny gifts for all the loved ones that you have in your life. And I hope you got inspired. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Goodbye.